influential in a specific topic. For example, I write about startups and entrepreneurship. I love that world. So I feel I should be a lot more influential in that world because I'm active in that. I invest in that. I live and breathe that. And then some Joe Schmo that just graduated college that's like, oh yeah, startups are amazing. Here's why you should join a startup. And I'm like, see, I've lived and breathed. I've started. I've sold. I've done all this. Like, I should be more influential, and I think that's where it's going and headed, is establishing people as authoritative figures and giving that more credibility. I think links are going to start dying.
If you just Google AuthorRank, there's a beta tool out right now. You just put in your Google Plus profile, and it'll give you a score, 1 out of 10. And just be sure to update your Google Plus profile with all your different places that you're able to post on. And, you know, it takes about a month or so, but after they get all the data in there, then they'll give you a proper score. But yeah, he's got the right idea overall.
Yeah, to continue along what John was saying and what Drew was saying, for example, you know, the whole idea that reputation is becoming just as important as, you know, in the past people are gathering links so that Google's bots can know what's more influential, and now this reputation is really sort of starting to come in, and that's where Google Plus actually does come in. There's the idea that Google Plus is dead, but it's not, because it represents a series of technologies that Google has created that are labyrinthian and all connected to each other. Google is in the process of constantly, you know, introducing new ones, connecting all the ones together. So an example would be personalized search. You know, you'll put in, you'll want some information about cats. Let's say cats. Who doesn't want information about cats? So it turns out that, you know, like let's say Jolie Odell from VentureBeat wrote a story about cats. Her story is going to come up a little bit higher than most other people's stories might, because I'm following her and I +1 her stuff on Google Plus all the time. Google's receiving these reputation indications. So I think that this is, you know, it's important to not, it's important to stake your real estate claim on anything on Google Plus for your business, all that stuff. It's kind of like in Yellow Pages. I mean, you look for a company and on Google, and Google's going to actually show you the company's G+ information on the right-hand side. You don't want to not stake that claim. So it's Google Plus as a Facebook-like social network that doesn't work all that well, but you know, a labyrinth of Google technologies underneath it all that are important to stay on top of somewhat on an ongoing basis and take advantage of.
Totally agree. Great thoughts, guys. Want to open it up for some questions real quick? We might be running over, or we got time, or?
You got about 7 minutes.
Okay. In the back here?
Just a quick question. What was the domain name you used for Steve Jobs? Did you back that up with SEO? An SEO tip from there?
That one, I believe it was Remembering Steve, or it was basically they had one, and I changed it up a little bit. I think it was either Remembering Steve or Remembering Jobs or something like that. And I literally threw it up and put this is in memory of him, and I put a quote from him, and that's all we did.
Did you put SEO with it? Was there a campaign with it?
Yeah, I took it in on social media. I said, hey, everybody, you know, Steve Jobs just died. This is something I put up in memory of him. And then I put, I believe it was like $700 in Facebook ads behind it. So it got everybody talking about it. And then I did some YouTube ads. We did a quick YouTube video of just memorable moments. We put a little bit of money behind that. I mean, we spent probably like $1,500 on this, but all I remember is it got, like 150,000 shares, and I mean, links from CNN, NBC, New York Times, Wall Street Journal. Everybody was like, oh yeah, this. And Apple did tweet it out as being like, hey, remember Steve? And then they were like, 20 minutes later, they're like, oh, you should really go to this. But it took them a while to get that up. And I think same with Rob Ford. We made, I think it's Ford Countdown. And we made this thing that was a timer to when Rob Ford gets kicked out of office. And everybody loved it. And you go look at the backlinks to it, and it's got the same type of links going to it.
Thank you.
So I read that BuzzFeed, Upworthy, some of these other sites do create like 20, 30 different variations of different headlines. So I agree with what you said, John, but I'm kind of curious how that actually works from a practical point of view. Do you actually have like 20 different pages, or do you just keep changing the headline, or how do you not confuse your readers and the search engines?
I've changed my title.
The headline just keeps changing. If it's a news story, whatever, it changes, and yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, plus, I mean, most of the time when you're putting it up on social channels, you're just saying, hey, check out this. It's not that the title changes, it's just the way you're presenting it changes.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time what I've seen is that the URL will just sit as the original URL that you put in there. Most of the time. You can go change that though.
Then you do A/B testing.
I have not done that.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend changing the URL. It's that when you change a URL, it changes the whole social count. So Google Plus is the only network that transfers basically that ranking on, or that social count on.
And you will find that, if you do share it, so a couple things, if you share something on Google Plus, that share will also most likely often appear in search engine results. So you'll be able to sort of double that up. Also, if sharing it allows the original to show up more quickly in the Google search results. So there's that. And Google Plus is not dead.
The lady in the back.
So I know a lot of businesses use Twitter as their way of approaching reporters and writers. How do writers want to be approached on Twitter, and what should businesses do to approach writers?
And this is about cats.
That's where you're messing up right there. Just email is fine, but generally, like if you're doing PR, send me multiple pitches in one email. That's the easiest way to go about it. Like then I'll pick something that I like, but generally when I get an email for someone trying to contact me, they'll reference what site I wrote for, reference a previous article, and then 5 paragraphs asking if I want to talk to a CEO. Don't do that.
If you want to be found, I usually put the @ in Google, like in my bio on Twitter. I have @entrepreneur or @mag. I'm @Forbes in my actual bio, and you can search those. You can search hashtags. I put my hashtag. I don't do hashtags as much, but I do the @ symbols for those things. There's programs that you can use to search for reporters and stuff from different companies. If you guys want to get in good with a reporter, I recommend following them, stalking them for a long time, liking what they do, commenting, actively engaging before you pitch them. Literally stalk them for like 2 or 3 months before you ask a favor.
It all comes back to being a citizen of the internet. You're going to be in front of the computer for 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day. Explore and pick up on all these things.
Okay, last question.
I like how you guys are talking about how to engage in audiences, but with so many social media sites popping up literally on a weekly basis, how do you keep track of what are the most effective audiences and then also the results?
So basically the question was, with all the social media sites that are blooming constantly, how do you I forget what the rest of it was, but I can say this. Sorry. So as a citizen of the internet, you're spending so much time on the internet, you know it works. You're looking at your site, you're seeing what brings you the referrals, you're seeing what has been effective in the past. You want to continue to tap into those. You want to also continue to nurture your relationships with many other people in your profession who are going to be able to tell you, oh, where are you getting your traffic? Oh, I'm getting some great traffic from yada-yada.com. So check it out, investigate. You have an assistant or anyone to help you, have them investigate, whatever the case, but if you don't have anything like that, just go and dive in yourself. Talk to other people about it, look it up online, see how they're doing. Be a citizen of the internet and be investigative and look everywhere you can. And so that, it may seem like there's a lot of noise out there, but what I would say is if you know what works for you in terms of your campaigns, in terms of what's effective in delivering people to your site and getting conversions or whatever the case may be, if you know what's effective, you continue to work on those, and you are always on the lookout like a surfer for the next wave. You're always on the lookout for the next thing that's going to come and perhaps lift you up more.
I mean, I think it comes down to what business you're in, where to find the right audience. If you're looking for moms, are you going to go search on LinkedIn? Probably not. Go to Pinterest. Awesome for that. If you're looking for business professionals, are you going to go like hunt down certain sites? You know, go to MySpace? Probably not. Go to LinkedIn. Go to where your audience is, and you can find the right audience. I think just experimenting. You have to go kind of all in with a network to find out if it's really your audience. Personally, I've never gotten anything really that great out of most of them. I don't like to find customers. I like to lead conversations on social media. So, like in my company / my own personal rules, I have a 99-1 rule. 99% about other people and about cool things, and 1% about ourselves. I get mad about people, like especially like our person that does social media. I mean, I get pissed at them if they're talking about ourselves.
Yeah, and just figuring out who your audience exactly is. You were saying moms for Pinterest. I mean, back to Reddit again, there's just thousands of different communities and everything else, and I'm sure that there's something there for your company that you can post on as well. It's just a matter of taking the time and doing enough searches to find that right community that's going to convert the best for what you're setting out there.
Thanks, gentlemen. I think we've run out of time, so thanks for joining this panel. Great talk.